welcome to your $1,000,000 message. I have a little friend here with me tonight.
Wait.
Hey, y'all, it's Krystal Hunsucker. Happy Magnanimous Monday, and welcome to your $1,000,000 message. I have a little friend here with me tonight. Can you say hi, Ben?
Hi.
And can you tell all the Mary Kay girls you love them so much? Tell them. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I know. He's going to listen to me record the call. So we just started a new series at my church called Gritful. Gritful, not grateful, gritful. And you know what? I feel like in the year of 2020, if anything, we have learned to have some grit in life, right? And aren't you glad that you dug in this year and that you keep going and going and going? So I want to talk a little bit about this and just give you some really great points that I heard at church that were just so powerful. So in order to be gritful, you need courage. And courage is one of the keys to success. Now, don't we know that? Because what one of our pastors, Jeremy Baker, said is one's life gets larger or smaller based on one's courage. And I feel like that is so crucial and truthful in your Mary Kay business, because if you don't get some courage, your business is going to get small and get small fast. Because even if you had courage to book appointments when you started, even if you had courage to have some online parties a couple of months ago and you built a few new customers, if you don't have the courage to keep following up with the customers, signing up for preferred customer program, doing some of those things, making the hard phone calls, asking for referrals, asking people to hold virtual bookings for you, if you aren't having that kind of courage, your business is going to get small fast, and it will get large fast if you'll do the other, right? I mean, if you'll do these things. And, confidence is the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. It is a firm trust. So if we're going to be gritful, we've got to have courage. Albert Einstein said a ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it's built for. And you, my friends, you were built for more. So if we believe that God is working things out, we will see opportunities. If we believe He won't, we will see obstacles. In the Bible, in Ephesians 3:20, it says, it's one of my favorite verses, you guys, now to Him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. I have a little boy interrupting me. Yes. No, what? Tell them. What? It's whose birthday?
No.
Oh, okay. It's Jesus' birthday? Jesus' birthday is coming up. You guys, I knew this was going to work out. Oh, that's so sweet. Can you tell them how old you are?
I am 4 years old now.
And when are you going to be 5?
In February 1st.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Oh, did your heart just melt? Okay. So I'm going to say what I said last before I read Ephesians 3:20. If you believe God is working things out, you're going to see opportunities. If you believe He won't, you're going to see obstacles. So you have got to decide today, as you walk into November, as we're walking into this holiday season, God is able. That makes you able. But you have got to have grit to have courage. So are you going to have grit? Are you going to have courage in this season? In 2020, I can just take myself back to New Year's Eve. I was doing worship, singing on the worship team for New Year's Eve service. And our pastor gets up and says, the word is transformation this year. And it's going to be the year of double. And, we've been saying this affirmation over ourselves all year long. And then as the year has gone on, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme, and it's kind of a joke where, like, the angel got it by accident, and he was supposed to put all these things over a decade, and he accidentally put all the things that have happened in 1 year. I don't remember how it's worded, but you got to laugh at the memes, you guys. Y'all, we have to have a sense of humor. I just want to say that in the middle of this gritful call, you've got to have a sense of humor and just learn to laugh at the things that could be discouraging you or going on around you. But you guys, this is the year of transformation. I don't care what's happened or what's going on. This is the year of double. You have a choice to make. You can be gritful or you can be regretful. Take courage. Be full of grit, not regret. Abraham Lincoln always said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first hour sharpening the axe. Woo! Have you been sharpening your axe? Do you have the things in place? So, a lot of times we want the prize without the process, and the process of grit. And I have to be honest with you, the process part is not my favorite. I love my girlfriend, Heather Daniel Kent. A lot of you guys know her as two-time million-dollar sales director, soon to be national sales director. Heather Daniel Kent posted, she's in the middle of this remodel. She's like, the middle is messy. The process is not fun. It looks like it's stressful. It can feel like it's holding you back, right? But you know what? It is a process, and we do have to walk through it. Grit is a driver of achievement. Without grit, talent may be nothing more than unmet potential. Mic drop, right? If we quit on the process, we should not be surprised when the results stop showing up. You guys, I think some of our, I say our because I'm raising my hand, some of our frustration comes that in the middle of the process, we get a little frustrated when the results aren't starting to show up. So we stop. And then we have to rebuild courage again. And you guys, that first few times you build courage, I'm going to tell you, it feels hard. It feels really hard. So once you get the train going, once you get the momentum going, don't stop. Because I think that's what happens to a lot of us is that we do kind of this start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And then you feel like you're being unsuccessful in your Mary Kay. You feel like that you don't have any more courage to give because you've given so much courage. Stopping and starting, stopping and starting. Anybody know what I mean? So I just want to read that sentence one more time. If we quit on the process, we should not be surprised when the results stop showing up. So we've got to stop doing the stopping in the middle of the process and push through. And, just think about this. You remember back in the day when you would be watching TV, if you're real young, we're so happy for you. Like a voice would come on and would go, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. And like for 35 or 40 seconds on the TV, this horrible, like this beeping noise would start, and this huge, loud, high-pitched, obnoxious tone would go, and then it would say it one more time. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. You guys know what I mean, right? Well, so what the definition of a test is an event or situation that reveals the strength or quality of someone or something by putting them under strain. You guys, you have got to understand that if we in this world and in this life are going to get what we want to have, we are going to be put under some strain. So test reveals three things. Number one, the test is to prove you are ready to go to the next level. If you continue to stop and start and not doing what you're called to do, and things just keep not working out because you get frustrated in the process, you can never get to the next level because God is going to keep trying to teach you a lesson and take another lap. Today, I want you to be brave enough and have enough courage today to pray and ask God to reveal to you what lap have you been taking over and over again that He is calling you to to run through the finish line so that you can go to a next level. Will you do that with me? I'm going to do it. Let's do it together, okay? Number two is the test is provided to see effectiveness of the teacher. Are they doing a good job, right? Are you doing a good job? I mean, asking yourself that question. Number three, the test is given to see if the student can distinguish what they have learned. So we have to make sure that we're in a position that there's an effective teaching, there's effective, the student is learning, just all the different things that come with being tested and having those tests come up in our lives. So what if 2020 was a test of your faith? The question that I would like to ask you is, how are you passing the test this year in 2020? There's it's a year. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in society and everything going on around the world. And if we're going to pass this test, then we need to have grit and we have got to have courage. And so I just wanted to encourage you in that today. And I want to tell you guys, I say this from a place of understanding. My husband had lost his job at the end of July, and we are still walking that out. He's still not in a corporate setting, and so lots of prayers and peace. And I will tell you, I cannot tell you enough how it was a bummer that we didn't get to go to Scotland. It was a bummer that I had plans for the money that the company so graciously gave us. But you know what? Praise God for that money, because we were able to take the $10,000 and pay bills and pay house payment and do some of those things this last month or so while we've been in the waiting, you know. And, I mean, that took grit, you guys. That took just a lot of giving up to God, giving it up to God. That is part of having grit, giving it up to God. And so the last thing I want to leave you with is I find it by no mistake this week. It was so awesome, you guys, that my little boy a year ago, little Boone that's sitting here, a memory came up on my phone. And that memory was we were all in the bedroom. Beckham was, you know, a smaller little baby, and my husband's holding Beckham, and Boone, we had just done bath time, and he's got these swimming goggles on top of his head. And we had the song, "This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles." Can you sing it with me? No, you don't want to sing it? Okay. He's playing with a bear before bed. This is how I fight my battles. And so anyway, Boone starts singing this out. This is how I fight my battles. And he starts. And all of a sudden in the middle of it, he goes, "Praise Jesus," and he lifts his arm. And then all of a sudden in the middle of the song, he stops and he grabs those goggles and he puts them over his eyes. And he starts singing even louder. "It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight my battle." I mean, we were singing it. And you guys, I've been in the middle of studying the armor of God. And I tell you what, I give you hope today that if this little boy who is 4 years old and was 3 years old a year ago singing, "This is how I fight my battles," and, you know, when you study the armor of God in Ephesians, you know, they may not talk about worship goggles, but you know what? Boone had his armor ready. He threw those goggles down to protect his head. It's like the helmet of salvation, that it's not just there that we know that when you're saved, that you can't be destroyed, that you are saved by Jesus, but also that we have to protect our minds. So I want to leave you with that. Protect yourself this week. If you don't know about the armor of God, I want you to find something, find a study, dig in for the rest of this year. I just finished Priscilla Shire, Armor of God. It's the second time I've done it. Maybe go get yourself some swim goggles, and maybe you just need to put them in your car or put them next to your desk or wherever it is that you're working, so that you can remember that when you see those goggles, that that's your armor, that that's your grit, that that's your courage, and that you are going to be at your own house singing, "This is how I fight my battles." I mean, you're going to be fighting it out, you guys, because it's worth it. It is going to be worth it. So I want you to protect your mind from here on out. You may need to get off social media, except for online parties and things like that. You may need to do some things that are going to be a little bit challenging. But you know what? We can all have boundaries, you guys. We are big, grown-up business women. We can create boundaries, and we get to choose what we put in and what we spit out. And so I want you to protect yourself this week. I want you to be ready for battle, because I'm going to battle for you. I'm going to be praying for you. And I hope that you are going to take my challenge to ask God what it is that could be limiting you from the next level, what lap that you've been running. Boone, I have one favor, though, as I finish this call. I need you to tell them what we say every morning. Come say it with me real quick. This is the day.
Mommy. Yeah. You know what this bear's name is? Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh.
Yes,
okay.
Because he's riding with this guy.
Okay. He says, "This is the day." Say it to him real quick with me. This is the day the Lord has made. He gets embarrassed. "I will rejoice and be glad in it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Good morning, precious. And then what do we say? What's the second part? Do you remember? He knows it. "Arise and shine, for the light has come, and the glory of the Lord is all around." I wish that, he would have been the perfect 4-year-old and just said it, but he's an actual normal 4-year-old. So I hope this call inspired and moved you tonight. Let me bless you. So raise your hands up. Raise them up. "May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May you know that if God is for you, who can be against you? With God on your side, whom shall you fear? May you be like a tree that is planted by rivers of living water, that your leaf will not wither, and whatsoever you do, say it with me, y'all, it shall prosper. Happy Magnanimous Monday.